Have you ever met someone who seemed good for you at first, kind, caring, maybe even spiritual, but over time, their presence began to disturb your peace? You start feeling anxious, distant from Allah, or simply not yourself anymore. My dear brothers and sisters, that's not just coincidence. That could be Allah warning you. Allah loves His servants too much to let them stay in harmful company. Through subtle signs, He shows us who belongs in our lives and who doesn't. But the question is, do we notice those signs or do we ignore them until it's too late? In today's video, inspired by the powerful reminders of Mufti Menk, we'll uncover the hidden ways Allah warns us about certain people through discomfort, detachment, and divine protection. Watch till the end, because what you learn today could save your heart, your peace, and your iman. 1. Allah's protection through signs. Sometimes in life, people enter our world bringing comfort and joy, yet over time, their presence begins to disturb our peace or distract us from our connection with Allah. When such moments arise, it's important to understand that Allah, in His infinite wisdom, may be sending you a warning. He removes certain people from your path, not as punishment, but as a form of divine protection. You might not see the reason immediately, but every separation carries hidden wisdom. Perhaps that person would have harmed your heart, your faith, or your future. Allah knows what you don't. He sees conversations you never hear, intentions you never witness, and dangers you can't predict. So when a friendship breaks suddenly, or a relationship fades without clear reason, pause before questioning, why me? Instead, reflect, maybe Allah is saving me. The loss that feels painful now could be saving you from emotional or spiritual destruction later. This protection is one of Allah's greatest mercies. It's a reminder that not everything we desire is truly good for us. The Quran says, perhaps you hate a thing, and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing, and it is bad for you. Allah knows while you know not. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:216. So when someone drifts away or a bond ends unexpectedly, trust that Allah's plan is unfolding perfectly. He removes what could harm you and replaces it with what will purify and strengthen you. The people meant for your journey will remain. Those who leave were never meant to stay. Every detachment, no matter how painful, carries a message. Allah protects your soul, even when your heart doesn't understand it. 2. Negative influence. One of the clearest signs that Allah is warning you about someone is when their presence begins to pull you away from your deen. Faith is the core of a believer's life, and anything that weakens that bond should be taken seriously. When you notice that spending time with a certain person makes you forget your prayers, neglect the Quran, or lose motivation for good deeds, it's not just coincidence, it's a divine signal. Allah, in His mercy, shows you who draws you closer to Him and who distances you from Him. Negative influence doesn't always come in obvious forms. It can be subtle, a joke that makes light of religion, constant distractions that waste your time, or encouragement towards sinful habits. Such individuals might seem harmless, yet their companionship gradually changes your heart. What once felt wrong begins to feel normal. That's when the danger lies, not in the person themselves, but in the slow erosion of your spiritual sensitivity. True companionship should nourish your soul, not drain it. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, "A person is upon the religion of his close friend, so let one of you look at whom he befriends." Tirmidhi. This powerful reminder teaches us that the people around us shape our values, our habits, and ultimately our destiny. If you find yourself making excuses for neglecting Allah's commands because of someone's influence, take that as a serious warning. Allah wants to protect your iman before it weakens beyond repair. Step back, reflect, and seek company that reminds you of Him. Surround yourself with those who bring light to your heart, not darkness to your soul. For every person who leads you astray, Allah can replace them with someone who helps you return to Him. 3. Inner unease, fitra. Deep within every believer lies a natural compass, the fitra, the pure instinct that Allah placed in our hearts to sense truth and falsehood. When you encounter someone and your heart feels unsettled, even though everything may seem fine on the surface, that discomfort is often Allah's way of alerting you. It's not just emotion or overthinking. It's a spiritual warning. Your fitra recognizes what your eyes and mind may not yet perceive. This inner unease can appear as hesitation, anxiety, or an inexplicable heaviness around a certain person. You might feel drained after speaking with them, or your peace disappears in their company. These are not random feelings. When Allah wants to protect His servant, He sometimes stirs this discomfort so that you don't get too attached to someone who might harm your spiritual well-being. Ignoring that feeling often leads to regret, because the soul senses what logic can't explain. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, "Righteousness is that about which the soul feels at ease, and sin is that which wavers in your soul and which you dislike people finding out about." Muslim. This hadith beautifully connects faith to the state of one's heart. When your soul feels uneasy, it's often a sign that something isn't right, even if everyone else approves of it. Listening to your fitra is a form of wisdom. It doesn't mean judging others, but protecting your own peace. Make dua for clarity, seek Allah's guidance in prayer, and never silence the warning signs within your heart. When Allah sends you that feeling of unease, it's not to confuse you, but to save you from pain before it begins. Trust your fitra, because it was designed by the one who knows what your heart cannot yet see. 4. Toxic relationships. A toxic relationship is one that slowly drains your energy, clouds your mind, and poisons your heart. It can exist in any form: friendship, family, or companionship, and often begins subtly, disguised as care or concern. But over time, it starts to suffocate your emotional and spiritual well-being. When someone constantly lies, manipulates your feelings, or uses guilt to control you, Allah may be warning you to distance yourself. Such people might appear kind in words, but their actions reveal harm, envy, or deceit. In Islam, maintaining peace and justice in relationships is essential. Allah does not want His servants to remain trapped in situations that destroy their dignity or faith. When someone consistently disrespects you, belittles your beliefs, or uses your kindness against you, it's a sign that the bond is not healthy. Staying attached to toxic people often delays the blessings Allah has prepared for you. The Quran teaches us, "And when you have decided, then rely upon Allah. Indeed, Allah loves those who rely upon Him." Surah Al-Imran 3:159. Walking away from harmful relationships requires strength, but reliance on Allah gives you the courage to do so with peace in your heart. Remember, distancing yourself from toxicity is not arrogance. It's self-preservation for the sake of your iman. Healthy relationships bring tranquility, honesty, and mutual respect. Toxic ones only breed confusion and doubt. If someone's presence constantly steals your peace, it's a sign from Allah to realign your heart. You are not obligated to endure pain for the sake of connection. Let go with trust, knowing that Allah removes what harms you to make space for what heals you. True companionship will never pull you down. It will lift you closer to Allah. 5. Gratitude for clarity. When Allah reveals someone's true nature, it is one of the greatest blessings a believer can receive. At first, such revelations can be painful. Betrayal, disappointment, or heartbreak often accompany them. Yet, beneath that pain lies divine clarity, a mercy from Allah that protects you from deeper harm. Many people remain blind to the reality of those around them, but when Allah allows you to see the truth, He is giving you an opportunity to protect your peace and strengthen your connection with Him. This clarity may come in subtle ways: a sudden realization, an exposed lie, or a moment that reveals someone's true intention. Instead of reacting with anger or resentment, a wise believer responds with shukr, gratitude. Thank Allah for removing the veil and showing you who truly belongs in your life. Sometimes it is through disappointment that Allah redirects your heart toward better company and purer intentions. Gratitude transforms hurt into healing. It reminds you that everything Allah allows to happen is part of His perfect plan. The Quran assures us, perhaps you dislike something which is good for you. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:216. When Allah exposes someone's reality, it's not to break you, but to build your wisdom and strengthen your faith. Instead of dwelling on what was lost, focus on what was gained: insight, protection, and growth. Expressing gratitude even in pain shows trust in Allah's wisdom. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Wondrous is the affair of the believer, for there is good for him in every matter." Muslim, that includes the moments of revelation and separation. So when truth comes to light, whisper, "Alhamdulillah." It means Allah chose to guide your heart before it was too late. And that is a mercy beyond measure. My dear brothers and sisters, when Allah removes someone from your life or exposes their true nature, don't question His wisdom. Thank Him for His protection. Every ending guided by Allah leads to something better for your heart and your faith. Trust His plan, even when it's painful, because He knows what you do not. If this reminder touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Internal Deen for more spiritual guidance. Comment below with this beautiful dua: Ya Allah, protect me from those who harm my peace, and bring me closer to those who lead me to you.